Beethoven and Mozart are two of the greatest composers that ever lived. Is this a true statement? I'm going to demonstrate that this indeed is a true statement. I will examine a critical analysis of Beethoven and Mozart. I'm going to first give you a brief history and then their influence and style in music. The International Library of Piano Music, Volume 14, states that Mozart and Beethoven are very important musicians and composers in the classical era. The music was important to the world due to the fact of the time it happened in history. People became more interested in the industry and the cities began to grow. And people wanted an escape. And so music was a way of doing that, just as we utilize it today. Ad von Meg and Company states that Ludwig van Beethoven was born in Bonn, Germany on December the 16th, 1770. He died in 1827, and he was the eldest of 3 children. His father taught him how to play the piano and the violin. He later became a composer and wrote many pieces. And some of them include, according to the International Library of Piano Music, 9 symphonies, 32 piano sonatas, 16 string quartets, 1 opera, 5 piano concertos, and countless smaller works. The International Library of Piano Music further states that Beethoven, he had an aggressive personality. And this was largely due to the fact that he had a hearing problem. He lost his hearing at the height of his career. But he did not let that stop him from composing because he was blessed with perfect pitch. And perfect pitch allows you that inner music is perfect pitch. According to the International Library of Piano Music, Beethoven was very popular, and people would come from near and far to see him. Some of them even gave him gifts. One student gave him a grand piano, and he was also named an honorary citizen in his hometown of Vienna. Biography.com states that Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born on January 27, 1756 in Salzburg, Austria, and he died in 1791. The International Library further states that Mozart had special talents also. He started to compose when he was just a little lad, and his father recognized his talents, and he began to give Mozart piano lessons. And Mozart did not rebel. He welcomed his father's teachings. Biography.com also states that he died at an early age. He died at 35 of an illness. But before Mozart died, Biography.com states that he often presented several new piano concertos in one season. And then, in addition to that, he did his own concerts as a soloist. And in 1784, he performed in 22 concerts. And during these concerts, Mozart would do improvisations on his own. He would just go up and down the piano, just letting his music flow out. And the audience just loved it. These two men were very influential in music. Their styles are different, however. Like, for example, in Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata, the 3rd movement, it is very rigorous and aggressive. He has a lot of chords, and the pianist has to be very, very technical to keep up with all that action. And Mozart, for example, in his Piano Sonata K545 in the key of C, it's very playful. He has a lot of scale passages. The musician has to be technical also, but it's just light and just flowing. These two musicians are very, very influential in music. And in conclusion, I would like to say that they are indeed two of the world's greatest composers. Their musical styles are somewhat different, Beethoven being rigorous and thunderous at times, and Mozart being light and jovial. Both of these musicians have contributed much to this world through their music, and it will continue to enlighten our hearts for many years to come.